Hello guys, welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to talk about profit reconciliation between variable costing and absorption costing. If you want to know the detail of variable costing and absorption costing, I mean to say how to calculate the product cost by using each costing method, or how to prepare the income statement by using variable costing or absorption costing, you can find the link of all those videos in the description of this video. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about how to reconcile the profit between variable costing and absorption costing. Before moving to the topic, guys, just let me quickly remind you, under marginal costing, closing inventories are valued at marginal production cost. Marginal production cost mean to say it includes the cost of direct material plus cost of direct labor plus cost of variable overhead. I mean, so these are all production cost, but it includes only variable production cost. But on the other hand, the under the absorption costing, closing inventories are valued at full production cost. When we use the word full production cost, it includes the cost of direct material plus cost of direct labor plus cost of variable overhead plus cost of fixed production overhead. Okay guys, so then second point is, under the marginal costing, which is also called variable costing, fixed cost are period cost. I mean, so we record as a expense. But under absorption costing, fixed cost are absorbed into the unit cost. I mean to say fixed costs are going to be the part of the product cost. Then guys, under marginal costing, cost of sale does not include any share of the fixed overhead, because fixed costs are treated as period cost. But under absorption costing, cost of sale does include a share of fixed overhead. Like here we have a note also, guys, because when we calculate the cost of goods sold, we need opening inventory plus we add their production cost, it depending upon the costing method, which method we are using. Okay, minus we need to subtract the closing inventory. This is how we calculate the cost of goods sold. Under absorption costing, what might happen, some of the fixed cost might be brought forward in the opening inventory. Like I mean to say, for example, if this is your last year one, let's say this is your year two, some of the fixed cost which were the part of closing inventory in the last period, that will be brought forward into the current period. And second point is what, some of the fixed cost of the current period, which is the part of closing inventory, will be carried forward from the current period to that next accounting period or next period. Okay guys, so this is what is the main difference. It's a fixed cost that we will see how to reconcile the profit. This is just an overview. So here we go, guys. Now I'm going to talk about here effects of costing methods on operating income. Like if you are using variable costing or absorption costing, so what is the effect? What is the effect of costing method over the operating income? So here we have here operating income under variable costing, and we have here operating income under absorption costing. And guys, there are mainly three main cases are there. So we have case number one here. Don't forget, we are talking about operating income under variable costing and absorption costing. So we have here case number one. What is the case number one? When production units are greater than units sold. I mean, say when production exceeds sales, in that scenario, guys, what will happen? Absorption costing will give you higher profit and variable costing will give you lower profit. Why it happens? Because under absorption costing, some fixed costs are embedded in inventory, whereas under variable costing, all costs have been expensed. Therefore, when production exceeds sales, operating income is higher under absorption costing than it would be under variable costing. And guys, whenever, as I told you, production is greater than sale, so sometimes it is also given, or it is also given as an increase in inventory level. What does mean by increase in inventory level? For example, if your opening inventory is 1000 units and your closing inventory is 1500 units. So you can see here it is a increase in inventory. So change in inventory is how much? 500 units. So whenever this scenario is also given, for example, opening inventory is less and closing inventory in units is more. So this is also called increase in inventory level, because change in inventory level is 500, which is increase. So in that scenario, your absorption costing will also result in results in higher profit, and variable costing will give you low profit. Then we have a second scenario, and second scenario is what? When production units are less than units sold. For example, if production is 5,000 and units sold are 8,000, how it is possible that production is less and unit sold are more? Because maybe we are liquidating opening inventory in this period. Maybe you have some units in opening inventory, maybe, and then that is why your production is less and unit sold are more, because you are selling units from the opening inventory. And in this scenario, guys, what will happen? It's totally opposite to the first scenario. Here operating income under variable costing will be higher and operating income under absorption costing will be lower. Why? When I'm explaining this case, guys, when production is less than sale, ending inventory contracts, and under absorption costing, fixed cost embedded in the beginning inventory get expensed, whereas under variable costing, only the current period fixed costs are expensed. Therefore, when production is less than sale, operating income is higher under variable costing than it would be under absorption costing. So guys, this is also called decrease in inventory level. What does mean by decrease in inventory level? For example, here your opening inventory is, let's assume, 1000, and your closing inventory in units is, for example, 800. So you can see here your inventory level has decreased and change in inventory level is 200. So whenever there is a decrease in inventory level, so it will also result in the same. Your operating income under absorption costing will be lower and operating income under absorption under variable costing will be higher. Then guys, we have your third scenario and we will reconcile, don't you worry. We have a third scenario when your production units, or when your production is exactly equal to the units sold. So in that scenario, guys, what will happen? When you have to remember here, when the production is equal to units sold, so what will happen, guys? Both costing method, even it is variable costing or absorption costing, it would result in the same operating income. Okay, guys, because total fixed cost budgeted for the period are charged to sales revenue in the period under both methods. So here it will give you a same operating income, and this is also called no change in inventory level. No change in inventory level means, say maybe your opening inventory was 1000 unit and your closing inventory is, for example, also 1000. So you can see here there is no change in inventory level. So both costing method will give you same results. So guys, here please remember, now it's time to prepare the reconciliation statement. So here you need to remember, guys, here we are going to talk about now profit reconciliation between variable costing and absorption costing, and this is the format which we can use to reconcile the profit. So guys, please remember here, so there are two main scenarios, guys. First is called increase in inventory level and second is called decrease in inventory level, right? So how you will do it, and you know the difference difference in the profit is only the fixed cost, which is the part of closing inventory. That is the difference between both costing method. So guys, let's have a look. For example, if profit under variable costing is given, profit under variable costing is given, and you are required to calculate the profit under absorption costing. So you might be given any one of these two scenario. For example, here you might either you might have a case of increase in inventory level, or you might have a case of decrease in inventory level. If you have a case of increase in inventory level, just first remember this. I told you, if for example this is your profit and this is your absorption costing, and here we have a variable costing, and I told you whenever there is a increase in inventory level, absorption costing results in higher profit and variable costing results in lower profit. And here profit under variable costing is given, it's given, it means which is lower, because which is lower, and you are moving from lower profit to the higher profit, because if there is an increase in inventory level, absorption costing results in higher profit. It means if you are given, if you are provided with the profit under variable costing, it is given, and you have to calculate profit under absorption costing, it means you are moving from lower value to the higher value. Okay, so in that scenario, and you are facing the case of increase in inventory level, so what you need to do, simply you need to add what the add, how you will add and how you will get the value. So you need change in inventory level. For example, if your opening inventory is 100 unit and closing inventory is 150 units, you can see it's an increase in inventory. Change in inventory level is 50 units, multiply by fixed cost per unit. Okay, fixed cost per unit you need. Okay, if fixed cost per hour is available, for example, if we told you in the question fixed cost per hour, let's assume per hour is $2, and you need for 1 unit you need 2 hours. So what you will do, 2 hours time $2, which is the rate for each hour, you will get $4. So you need fixed cost per unit here, not per hour. Okay, so you need change in inventory level, which is 50, multiply by fixed cost per unit. If fixed cost per unit is not given, you can calculate this way also. You can take total fixed cost divided by units produced. Okay guys, total fixed cost means mostly it is the estimated fixed cost divided by estimated production level. So you will get fixed cost per unit. Now guys, if you are not provided, so if you are not provided with the this scenario, like you don't have an increase in inventory level, no, this is not the scenario. Now I'm just going to reverse the scenario, guys. Now maybe, for example, again you are provided with the profit under variable costing, it is given, and again you have to calculate profit under absorption costing, you have to calculate. And now this is not the scenario. Maybe in the exam you might face this scenario. What is this scenario? Maybe you're facing the scenario decrease in inventory level, which is also called production is less than sale. Okay, and you remember, if there is a decrease in inventory level, what will happen? So under variable costing your profit will be higher, and under absorption costing your profit will be lower. Now you can check it here. It means you want to move from higher value to the lower value, because this value is given, which is higher, and this value you want to calculate, which is lower. In that scenario, what you will do, guys, you have to minus what? Change in inventory level. For example, assume opening inventory is 100, closing inventory is 80. So it's a decrease in inventory, and decrease in inventory is 20, and change in inventory level is 20. Again, multiply by fixed cost per unit. If you will take that value, just take profit under variable costing, and you will minus what? This decrease in inventory, I mean, it's a change in inventory level, multiply by fixed cost, you will minus, and you will reach to the profit under absorption costing. And now guys, third case, what could be the third case? It just, you have to reverse the equation. Please memorize this equation, it's really important to understand. For example, maybe in question he might give you profit under absorption costing. Maybe it is given now, maybe assume it is given now, and now you have to calculate what? You have to calculate profit under variable costing. When this is the scenario, you will totally reverse it. You will take profit under absorption costing. This was less, now you will add plus decrease in inventory level, because now decrease in inventory level, what happening, guys? Variable costing gives you higher profit, it means this is the higher value, and absorption costing gives you lower value. So now you are moving from lower to the higher value. That is why you need to plus decrease in inventory level. Okay, and decrease in inventory level, how you will calculate, guys? You need change in inventory level multiply by fixed cost per unit. Okay, again, for example, if your opening inventory is 100 and closing inventory is 80, so difference you can see 20, which is decrease. So you will take 20 decrease in inventory level multiply by fixed cost per unit. You will take profit under absorption costing plus this value, you will reach to the profit under variable costing. Another scenario, guys. Now again, assume, for example, profit under absorption costing is given. Assume this is given, and again you have to calculate profit under variable costing. And now the scenario is what? Increase in inventory level. You know, guys, whenever there is an increase in inventory level, absorption costing gives you higher profit and variable costing gives you lower profit. And now you are moving from higher value to the lower value. When you want to move from the higher to the lower, so what you need to do, you need to minus, not plus. Now you need to minus now what? Change in inventory level multiplied by fixed cost per unit. Change in inventory level will be like that. Now opening units, for example, 100, closing inventory is 150. So you can say it's an increase by 50. You will take change in inventory, which is 50 times fixed cost per unit. Profit under absorption costing minus increase in inventory level. I mean, so this value you will minus and you will reach to the profit under variable costing. This is how you will reconcile the profit. Now, guys, let's do the 1-2 example just to understand. For example, here we have here when an opening inventories were 8,500 liters. This is opening inventory, and closing inventories are 6,750 liters. So you can say it is decrease in inventory level. Okay, whenever there's a decrease in inventory level, guys, decrease in inventory level. So as I told you, operating income under variable costing and under absorption costing. In decrease in inventory level, variable costing gives you higher profit and absorption costing gives you lower profit. Okay, guys. So it means here now a firm had a profit of $62,100 using marginal costing. It means marginal costing, under marginal costing profit is 62,100. Of course, under absorption costing, it should be lower. It means now you need to, you are going to move from higher value to the lower value here. Assume that fixed overhead absorption rate was 3 per liter. It's per unit is given fixed cost per unit. What would be the profit using absorption costing? So how you will calculate, guys? It's very simple. So we will take profit under marginal costing, which is 62,100. And from there, you need to minus what? Change in inventory level multiplied by fixed cost per unit. And change in inventory level is how much, guys? You have opening inventory of 8,500. You have closing inventory of 6,750. So once you will take this difference of liters, this is called decrease in inventory level, and multiply by $3 is the fixed cost. It means this is the difference in the profit. So you will take profit under absorption costing, which under variable costing, which is higher. And now you will subtract this difference from that value, because from higher you are going to move to the lower. So the difference is how much? 62,100 is the profit under variable costing, minus the profit difference is 5,250. So it means profit under absorption costing will be $56,850. It means option B is correct. I hope, guys, it is clear. This is how guys you have to reconcile the profit. Let's have a look another example. This is a bit complicated example because here we have some other things to calculate. For example, last month manufacturing company's profit was $2,000, calculated using absorption costing. Guys, this is the profit under absorption costing. If marginal costing principle has been used, a loss of 300 would have occurred. It means, guys, if you are using marginal costing, I mean it's a variable costing, you have a loss of 3,000, but under absorption costing you have a profit of 2,000. It means total difference is 5,000, because you can say here under absorption costing profit is greater than variable costing, and the amount of difference is 5,000, because 3,000 is the loss, which is negative, and 2,000 is the positive values. It means total profit under absorption costing is greater than variable costing with the amount of 5,000. Okay, the company's fixed production cost is $2 per unit. This is the fixed cost per unit is given. Sales last month were 10,000 units. And what was the last month production in units? You have to calculate production in units. So now, guys, as just remember here, because here what is the scenario? Profit under, this is for example, let's understand first scenario. We have a operating income under variable costing and under absorption costing. And here, guys, profit under absorption costing is higher and profit under variable costing is lower. This is the scenario actually. This is the scenario. Okay, guys. So it means whenever absorption costing gives you higher profit, this is called what? Increase in inventory level. Or this is also called your production is greater than sale. It means if sale is available, in sale we need to add some part of the inventory and we will automatically reach to the units production units. Okay, so it means production is greater than sale. Now don't forget, production is greater than sale. So how you will calculate it, guys? First of all, we have to calculate any difference between the marginal and absorption costing profit is due to change in inventory. And here absorption costing profit is 2000 and marginal costing loss is 3000. It means difference is 5000. It means absorption costing values are higher with 5000 than variable costing. Now what you will do here, guys, change in inventory you have to calculate. It means what we will do, we will take difference in profit, and you will divide with the fixed product cost per unit. So you will automatically get change in inventory. Okay, change in inventory, because what we did previously, we took change in inventory multiply by fixed cost, it was difference in profit. Now you have to calculate difference in profit. This we have to calculate. So what I will do, I will take, now I have to calculate change in inventory. So what I will do, I will take difference in profit, which is 5000, divided by fixed cost. I will divide fixed cost, which is $2. It means different change in inventory is 2500 units. This is change in inventory. Now as I told you, our production is greater than sale, and sale is given 10,000 units. So I will just add this 2500 units in the unit sold. Automatically I will reach to the production in unit, which is equal to 12,500 unit. And this is the answer. If you look at here, because the question was about production units. What was the last month production in units? It means the production in unit is 12,500. This is how guys you have to reconcile the profit. I hope guys it is clear. Have a good day. See you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.